Midwife. Maybe you think of giving birth at home or that popular PBS drama series called The Midwife.
Do you know that a midwife can provide many of the same services as an OB/GYN, including delivering babies?
In fact, 94% of certified nurse midwife attended births occur in hospitals.
And Laird is a certified nurse midwife from Bellin Health Generations. Good morning.
Thank you for having me this morning.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about what a midwife is.
Sure. So a midwife is a specialized healthcare provider that provides healthcare to women, and that is from all the way from adolescence all the way to postmenopausal. So it's interesting. This morning I came into the studio and a woman was saying, "Oh, so you deliver the babies?" I said, "Yes, well, I deliver babies, but I provide healthcare beyond delivering babies."
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And indeed, is there a typical path of education to become a midwife?
Absolutely, yes. So most certified nurse midwives start as registered nurses, and then they go on and get a graduate degree in nursing. For about 10 years now, in order to enter into practice as a midwife, as a certified nurse midwife, you have to have a master's degree in midwifery or nursing.
Okay, let's talk about, I guess I've noticed that, within the past maybe a couple decades or so, more and more nurse midwives work in hospital systems.
Yes.
So I think there's that thought that maybe they're independent providers, but that's not necessarily true.
Yeah, I mean, about 90% of us, of nurse midwives in the United States, work for hospitals, medical groups, or for physician practices. You're not alone though. I would say on any given week, I'm doing a new prenatal for a woman who has found out that she's pregnant, and she says, "I don't want to give birth in my living room," and I said, "That's good. I'm not going to come to your living room to deliver your baby." So at Bellin Health, we provide intrapartum care to women. We deliver their babies in the hospital. There are certified nurse midwives that provide care in out-of-hospital birth centers. It's only about 3% though.
Okay.
And about 3% of nurse midwives in the United States do provide home care, home birth care.
I like that. Expect options. Why is that something that the midwife can really help guide you through, whichever part of your health journey you're on? Different options.
Different options. And the American College of Nurse Midwives, they say that every woman deserves a midwife. Every woman deserves a midwife. And what midwifery provides is holistic care. We provide care to the whole family. We take into account a family's cultural expectations and what's important to them spiritually, what's important to their family, and provide that whole family care. And what we are as well is experts in the normal. So we have a really good eye for what is normal and what is not normal. And when something falls outside of the line of normal, what's great about Bellin Health, and I love working for Bellin Health, is that we have a great collaborative care team where if something goes outside of normal, if something goes high risk, I have collaborating physicians that I can go to and say, "Hey, I have this patient with XYZ, and this is what I'm thinking for their plan of care." And they help me provide care to that patient. We come around that patient, we come around that family to provide the best care for each family and each patient that comes to us for care.
I want to return to your first question just real quickly, how you talked about providing overall care for women, even starting when they're younger.
Right.
Do we only see a midwife if we're either pregnant or on the path to wanting to become pregnant, or is it just all around women's care?
It's all around women's care. So we have women that come to the office, and I have a teenage daughter, and so she sees a midwife. We have women's health nurse practitioners at Bellin Health, and she sees her for adolescent care. And so starting early for taking ownership of one's body and taking ownership of one's health, and starting that with teenage girls as well. And I can prescribe contraception, physicals, I do for women. So it's not necessarily about just getting pregnant or becoming pregnant. I provide care to postmenopausal women as well. So it's the whole lifespan from young women to older women.
Well, you have opened my eyes for sure. I'm going to be looking into getting a midwife, and if you're interested as well, Bellin Health Generations is the place to start. 920-498-8650.
Or bellin.org/generations. You can also find a lot of really good information on the website for the American College of Nurse Midwives, and that is acnm.org. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me today.